Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, and welcome to the Figureight Game Show, where today we are asking the simple question, Skyline light or electric cooker? If you said Skyline light, you'd be half right, because it's this, the Anis Elegy RH4, which is a law-friendly version of the R30 Skyline for GTA 5. I saw this mod and instantly loved the 80s vibe, so here is one I made earlier. But maybe we can make something cooler, so let's check this out and make a cool new build. So actually, performance-wise, this is pretty good. This is actually a really nice to drive car. I think this car would fit in absolutely perfectly inside of GTA 5, and well, it does. But I think that Rockstar should definitely add something like this already, because this is just so cool. And also interesting because it's a pretty rare car anyway, so to see these filling the streets of Los Santos would be pretty cool. So here we are for a closer look. Let's just open up all the doors. And so in the engine bay, we have this Anis RH4 straight 6. Looking pretty meaty in there. We have a nice big boot in here. Also interestingly, that seems to be that the speakers, which are mounted on the parcel shelf, are in its own separate enclosure. Good for sound. Good for sound. That will definitely sound pretty good. And we have this nice, cool 80s style dashboard and everything in here. It looks very cool. Also left-hand drive, so this would be an American market version. So we actually have quite a lot of parts to check out in this video. So let's just start with the spoiler as always. So we have, as standard, this cool little rubbery flick-up ducktail spoiler, which I think looks pretty cool already. But we could get rid of that if we wanted. We could also go for a painted version of it. We can go for this small little spoiler here. We can go for the big giant Kaido spoiler. Now this is interesting. And then we also have this drift wing. I mean, if we can go full Boss Soku style with this, that would be very cool. But for now, I'm thinking of just going for the nice basic aero wing. We'll see how we go later in the build. On the front bumper, we have the stock. We have the external oil cooler. We have the Super Rally ball bar. Then we also have the painted front bumper, as you can see the difference there. Then we have that with the external cooler, that with the ball bar. And then we also have a touring front bumper, which adds this splitter and this tow hook here. And we also have that in... oh, I was expecting a ball bar. We actually get the aero front bumper, which really does not match this car at all. It does kind of give me like a San Andreas modified car vibe, because you used to get like all the square cars and then they would have these awful, disgusting giant front bumpers on them. And yeah, that kind of gives me the same vibe. It doesn't really suit with this though. The touring front bumper does look pretty cool. Actually, yeah, I'm going to go for the touring front bumper. I kind of wished I didn't have the tow hook, but well, I still think it looks cool. On the rear bumper, we have the Kaido rear diffuser. Never been a fan of those sort of diffusers. We also have the painted rear bumper. We have that with the diffuser. And then we also have the aero rear bumper. Again, doesn't really match the car. Might need to do a second build with that just to see how it looks. I'm going to go for the painted rear bumper. On the skirts, we have the stock skirts. We have the remove mud flaps, which we have normally. We also have the Super Rally mud flaps, the painted skirts with mud flaps, painted skirts with rally mud flaps, painted skirts, and the aero skirt as well. I'm just going to go for the painted skirts and get this all nice and color-coded. On the exhaust, we have twins as standard. Then we have larger twins. We have racing exhaust, which is actually coming out of the side, which is very cool. Also adds it. Is that a heat shield that gets added? That's smart. That's smart. So often when you see these side exhausts, you don't get the little heat shield with it. That makes so much more sense. Good little detail, I like that. We also have the Kaido shotgun, we have the Kaido side, and the Kaido star. Very cool. In fact, actually, I'm going to make a Bosozoku build afterwards using the aero kit and just see how it looks. We also have these twin versions as well, which is very cool. And then we have the chrome tip single exhaust. And then we have the big bore, the titanium, and the titanium tuner. This first build, I kind of want to go for like a spec'd up version. Like say that you bought like the high spec one in the showroom with all of the trimmings, all of the optional extras. I kind of want to go for that vibe, which I think means we'll go for the aero exhaust on this. On the interior, we have the stock seats. We have this oddly textured, like it's carbon sports seat. We then have the roll cage with the sports seats and roll cage. We then have a racing interior fully stripped out. I think this will perhaps be better. Oh dear, what's happened with the texture there? Okay, we definitely got some weird carbon texture shenanigans happening. Yeah, that's kind of odd. Yeah, I don't think we're going to go for any of those combinations, but if you wanted, you could just have a single seat one with this little sort of seat pad here at the bottom, which is kind of cool. I guess in terms of what we're going to do for this build, I think we should keep this standard. Then we have grille options. We have the stock grille. We have the painted front fascia, which kind of makes it look like a Lada Samara slightly. I don't know if anyone else is going to get that, but that's kind of the vibe I've just instantly got. We then have the pig nose front fascia, which adds this little double grille. We then have that in painted. That one looks a bit more Skyline-y. That one's fine, I like that. Then we have the aero front fascia, which again, now this looks so 80s. But I did already do that build, so maybe I shouldn't use that again. We've also got the grille version of that. They do look very 80s, and they do look very optional extra'd. But I think I'm going to go for the painted pig nose. Bonnet options, we've got loads. We've got the hood latches. We've got the Super Rally hood with these meshed vents at the start, and also this weird wind deflector thing going on as well. Then we have the Super Rally version with the latches. We have the drift hood and latches, carbon hood with latches. Then we also have carbon versions of everything we've just looked at. If we were to go for a sort of spec'd up standard model, I don't think any of these really fit. So I guess I'm keeping that stock. On the fenders, we have painted mirrors. Yeah, seems we're going for color-coded. So onto the rear lights, we have the stock. We have the chrome versions, which I don't like how that looks, but at the same time, I kind of feel like back then, that feels like what someone would have picked as an optional extra, because I feel like someone would have thought that was cool and different back then. We also have the painted light covers again, which I think would work. We have that with latches. Bit of an odd one. Not quite sure what the latches are. Do people do that? Then we also have that with the chrome light signals. Then we have that with the latches as well. Some very odd combos. Then we have the painted versions. And then we also have the painted ones with the covers and latches. I mean, those ones with the covers look a bit odd. It's either going to be between this or this, I feel, or just the stock. I think I'm going to go with chrome, just because I think that's what someone might have picked back then. On the roof, we have the sun strip. We have a rear spoiler, and then we have a combo of the both. I think just a roof spoiler. Then we can upgrade the engine. We can make this the fastest model they do. We can lower our suspension down by quite some margin. I'm going to go with just the street. I'm going to go for a nice color here. This is actually going to be two-tone. We're going to have to clean the dirt as well. And I think I'm going to go for a Mariner Blue and then match it on the bottom as well. So it's just all one color, no two-tone. And again, we can knock down that dirt level, get nice and clean. There we go, that's better. We also have some extra parts as well. We have eyelids right here. So we have some sleepy looking eyes. We have our masked headlight covers. Then we have the racing headlight covers, which look very cool. I think they might work for a Bosazoku style look. And then we have the carbon versions as well. I think that really, I mean, this masked one could be something that would have been done in the factory. Does it work on this car though? I kind of wish we had a chrome one. Then we also have, oh, here we go. Okay, for some reason that's just in a different category. Or in that case, chrome headlights. Yeah, we also have the painted ones, which work as well. But yeah, let's just go for chrome. Then we also have painted trim. Looks so much better. Now matches with the front and rear bumpers. We also have the option to remove our antenna. I don't really want to do that though. We also have the painted rear fascia. Oh, wow. Okay, so that actually makes that all painted, which I think I'm going to go for as well. And, yeah, we'll keep the antenna as well, as that's always a thing that in the 90s, everyone wanted an antenna on their car. And then we have a bunch of livery options. So we have NA, inline, 20-valve, rear-wheel drive in black and white. We have this racing one. We have some street stripes. We have some wee-wang. Do we actually get the option for that in a secondary color? Was the... yeah, I was kind of hoping that would have been white, the same as the livery, but okay. Then we have the Wee-Wang, the Energy Sports ones. We have the Pisswasser Anise. We have the Atomic, the RH House Art Hood. Then we have the Alien Styling. What is with the women on the bonnet look? Not seen that one before. We also have the Cherry Popper. Very cool. We also have that in a different color. This is a paintable version. We have the Amber Drift Missile version that's got all loads of rust and crust and damages and scuffs and lacquer peel. Then we have the Arrow Rally. That's, yeah, fair enough. We also have the Elegy Super Racer. We have the Access one. We have the Mimact Anis Posonbis Racing. We have the Anis Motorsport. Zenshin Motorsport. There is a lot. I've just noticed the number. We're at 22 out of 72. I think we should probably just say yes. There is a lot of really cool racing liveries in this, because otherwise we're going to be forever. Is that a Tepig? That's a Tepig. We have all of these. Oh, we have an Anis Sport Special. This just adds a white stripe, Anis Sport sticker, and Anis Sport on the front. This could be a contender for one of the ones we're going to go for. We also have 69 brand, a bunch more racing ones. We have HFS tuning, a load more racing ones. This is a lot of love has gone into making this one. There is just so much stuff. So many. Oh, I like that one. That's cool. Very colourful, very 90s. Then we have more, yet more, and more, and more, and more, and more. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's kind of interesting. I like the ones that don't have all the racing sponsors and stuff on them. I've got kind of tired of all the racing liveries, personally. We do have the Princess Robot Bubblegum one, of course. And again, we have a few more to go. I say few more, like there's like 20. Still going. So many. Oh, we've got a Mines Star one. Yours truly. I like that. Then we have, again, more. More and more. Wow. Oh my god. There's just so much. Ramen noodles. Very nice. And then we finish off with this one. I'm going to go for that one that looked like something that you would have got like as a factory option. I think that works. I think that looks great. On the wheels, we don't want to go for anything too crazy, so we're going to go in the tuner section. And I think I'm going to just go for the basic Saisoku look. That's it. Just one of those wheels. It's kind of like a Skyline EGTR sort of wheel, I guess. And also this car isn't supposed to be floating. I think that's just purely where we've parked here. But there is our first build as an optional extras from the factory tuned up model. And actually, this is pretty fast. This is no slouch. Ooh, I should look where I'm going. Yeah, this car is absolutely no slouch. I'm going to quickly throw together oh, okay. Terrible driving on my part. I'm going to throw together all of the tuning parts with some Bosozoku things just to see what we can get going with that style, using V-Starter, slamming it down, cambering, all of that stuff. So let's just find somewhere to parking. Let's go. And, well, here it is. Yeah, okay, so you're not going to get the most Bosozoku look out of this. It's really just a couple of parts that are Bosozoku inspired. But I have gone for the Kaido Racer spoiler. I have gone for the double zigzag side exhausts. I didn't really go for like the smaller Bosozoku wheel style stancing. I basically just went big wheels, slammed, tucked, cambered. And interestingly, I like the fitment on the rear, where it sort of cambers enough so that it pokes out at the front, right where there's a gap with the exhaust, which I think is quite a fun little detail there. And yeah, I went for the Cherry Popper livery, and I went for red wheels to symbolize the cherry from the Cherry Popper. Which one is better? Is it this? Is it this? Or is it the pure white 80s look that we started with at the start of the video? Which, as a fresh reminder, it looked like this. I've got to be honest, I think this one that I built for the thumbnail is probably my favorite. All white with the sticker, 80s style wheels, full on color blocked 80s style. I think this one looks great. You guys can let me know what you think in the comment section below. That's it. If you've watched the entire video, you can say cherry. There we go. That's it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.